So in today's episode, I'm going to be working on a 2012 Toyota Prius C. And as you can see, I bought this from insurance auction and doesn't have a lot of damage. Car runs and drives. And we got to replace the hood, the front bumper, the upper grille. And I'm going to try to save the old core support. If not, I might have to actually get another one. As you can see, the crease. I'm going to call the dealer right now and order this upper tie bar, that's what it's called. So I can replace it because we have their coolant in there. Coolant is still there. AC still works, so we don't have to change much other parts other than the upper tie bar. Both headlights, which I already purchased aftermarket, they were like $150 for both. Pretty cheap. And I bought the bumper aftermarket as well and a fender. The only thing I ended up buying at the dealer was this plastic. As you can see, the radiator core support cover, that plastic I need to purchase from a dealer, the hood latch, and those brackets on the fenders, which is this one right here. It's called a bumper retainer. So this one and the one on the passenger side I need to replace because they're cracked up and moving, so your bumper will be not holding in place. So let's get to work and get this out. I should be able to put this back together today. All I have to do, like I said, paint the hood and the bumper. So let's get to work. As you can see, I removed the front bumper cover. Reinforcement is intact, but as you can see, the upper core support is bent. When the top part got pushed, it pulled this piece up. So we're just gonna have to straighten this piece out. It's pretty soft, so it shouldn't take a lot. What else is damaged? Alright, that's it. Headlights. The windshield washer bottle looks good. So let's keep working and taking parts off. Alright, so as I can see, the way it got hit, it pushed the upper core support up, and those both little tie bars left and right side is moved everything to the right. So even though we're gonna try to pull it right here, it creates a huge bow, you know, and that's because of this. You gotta pull this forward and pull it towards me. That way, this will be able to go down. You know, every time you're doing a car, you kind of have to look at it and figure out which way it got hit, how it got hit, so you can try to straighten the parts out before you replace them. You first pull it on the old parts, and then, you know, once you get it somewhat pulled and you measure and everything looks somewhat straight, at least to an eye, or by measuring, if you got like a trim gauge, then you can start, you know, swapping new parts on it. I'm gonna remove the upper tie bar and try to straighten it out. But first I'm gonna try to push this down and pull these pieces out just a hair, just so we get it nice and flat, how it was originally. The upper tie bar is straightened, looks pretty straight. I'm gonna try to test fit it in a minute. I just need to remove this windshield washer bottle, so when I'm straightening this out, I'm not gonna damage the ears on it, so we're gonna remove it pretty quickly. Then I would really suggest to remove your airbag sensor right here and disconnect your. Got the windshield washer bottle removed. I would suggest to remove this thing. I always do. This is your airbag sensor. This is what happens when you hit, this goes out. It shouldn't really do anything, so I will remove this thing. First of all, you don't want to damage it. Second of all, disconnect the battery that's located in the trunk. So, you know, usually if the ignition is off, the airbag shouldn't deploy, but there's been accidents that airbag go on. So I would, like I say, disconnect your battery, that's first thing, and then, you know, take the sensor off. That way we can straighten this piece out. Remove all this plastic gently. What I use for this job, it's probably one of the best tools in the world. It's your Metco for the clips. That's what I call it, Metco, because obviously it's made by Metco and they use it for clips removal. And that's what I use to remove my clips. And hard to record and remove the clips. So I need to get some kind of a device for my head. That's coming up. I use a piece of wood and a hammer to pound this down. See, I already got a little bit. I need a little bit more. Couple more things, and the bottom of the core support is nearly straight. So try to hit it gently, you know, on both sides and then in the middle. Don't just hit it on one side, so you're not gonna crease it. I guess it's patience. Just slowly, patiently, you can fix this. Alright, so I got this bent out. You can try to straighten out the radiator if you want to, if it's bent. But mine, condenser is intact. It still is AC. I do not have the machine for the AC to suck the AC out, so I really like to avoid taking the AC condenser or the radiator. It's not a lot, just a little bit disformed, so I don't want to play with it too much, because by you straightening it out, you might just crack one of those things and it might start leaking. So you better leave it the way it is if you want to have a quick and efficient job. I'm trying to fix this in half a day. You know, yes, it may take you a day or two if you're just a beginner, but it can be done, and you can save yourself a lot of money without replacing all those parts, since they're good. You know, yes, they're bent, but they still hold coolant. The AC is still working, so I'm gonna try not to remove the radiator or condenser and just try to work around it. And now we gotta try to straighten this piece out. It might not be so easy because this metal is pretty hard, but we gotta move this back. We gotta take the puller. It really works better if you have like a tree or a piece of rod or something you can hook up to, because you know, if you pull it gently, it comes out a lot easier and better versus using the dent puller. But I'm gonna work with what I got and try to show you how to fix it. Easier, it wasn't so heavily creased. I put a puller right here because it's pretty thick. There's two pieces together, and I whacked it maybe 3 times and it came out. You can already see the crease is a lot smaller. And we're almost there. Now we're gonna test fit this panel and see if it works. See, look at this. It's nearly there. I gotta give another, you know, maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes just to play with it so I can straighten this little bracket out. And I'm gonna put the little piece of the core support so I can test fit the headlight, put the other new headlight in there, and slowly start to line everything up. My hood hinges, as you will see, they're also bent. I was able to straighten them out. I took them off and straightened up in the vise. This one looks like it's still a little bit bent. Not a whole lot, but I'm gonna pull it off and try to gently straighten it out. It's obviously bent as well, so I'm gonna remove this clip and this hood prop so I don't damage it while I'm gonna be trying to straighten this out, because as you can see, it's way. So we got the upper core support in place, and I have to do a little bit of paint and touch-ups here, because you can see, you know, some paint chipped off, but overall everything fits nice. I'm just gonna right now fix the fender a little bit, because it's OEM fender. And yes, the fenders are cheap, you can buy them off the market, but I prefer to keep the nice OEM fender. So I'm just gonna do a little repair right here on the corner and use a little filler right there. So let's continue working, because the day is short and I want to put this back together today. So if you got questions, comments, please hit the like button on the bottom if you liked the video, if it was somewhat helpful to you. If not, please feel free to ask any questions and I will give you my answers or feedback. Time to test fit the headlights. See how the headlights fit. Only if you can get them out of the box. Alright. Look at those, nice and new. Voila. Alright, let's test fit them. So I test fitted the left headlight. Now it does fit pretty nice over here. And on the side, the hole is dead on, it's perfect. But, as you can see, this bracket's still a little bit off. So you still gotta pull it, you know, back. So as you can see, I test fitted the hood, and this definitely doesn't fit. Well, it's not the fender, it's the hood hinges. I tried to straighten this one out, and then I realized, and I did buy the new ones. So I'm gonna quickly scuff them up, use the scuff bits, scuff them up, paint them red, and put it on so we can line this hood up properly. Because as you can see, the hinges will give you lots of problems. So a lot of times when the thing is hit in the hood, even gently, usually it mess up the hinges, and it's really hard to straighten them out. I straightened one of them, but the other one is completely messed up, so there's really no point of wasting any more time. I'm just gonna go ahead and scuff those hinges up quickly, paint them and put them on and show you the outcome. Alright, so now I got the hood hinges edge Since I find the new ones in the trunk, I'm matching the hood so we can flip it the other side and paint it and put this little Prius together. So let's get to work. And this thing. Alright, you get the primer on the fender. While this is dry, we will send the hood, the bumper, and pre-clean everything, degrease it so we can spray everything at the same time. Alright, you get the primer on the fender. While this is dry, we will send the hood, the bumper, and pre-clean everything, degrease it so we can spray everything at the same time. My son painting for the first time. He's practicing. Alright, let's go. It's okay. You mess up, we'll paint it again. No big deal. Here it is, hard charging right there. Applying the base coat right there on the little Prius. You gotta teach him young, 14 years old. He's been working with me since about 8, but he never painted before. This is his first time. Look at that shine. My son applied the base coat and I applied the clear coat. He still needs to practice more. He did say he don't want to run anything, so Prius is painted and ready. I'm gonna put it together tomorrow morning. As you guys see, my son applied the base coat to practice. I applied the clear coat. He said he didn't want to run it or mess it up because he's still learning, and this obviously was his first time spraying, so to be continued in the morning. We're putting this thing back together. Got the headlights back in it, upper core support. Now we gotta put the bumper back together. Quick. Voila. Last piece to the puzzle. Let's put the
Last one.
last piece to the puzzle. Let's put this in. It goes in. Should be a lot easier. Jeez. Alright guys, last piece to the puzzle. As I say, about half a day of work, PRIUS is back together. Let's put this little tow cover and we are good to go. Close the hood and we can go drive. Voila. We got plastics to tie underneath. That's quick. No plastics. If you don't have bolts left over, you're doing something wrong. You're supposed to always have some bolts left over. You know, that's the future. Just kidding. Good. Oh. It's done. Look at that. Man, she shines. Wow. This was like a half a day job.